Hello, good morning, and welcome to the second week of the winter semester for me. I am returning to my PhD studies as well as to TAing, and I'm just getting ready right now to head out to the course that I'm TAing for this semester. And if you ask what's going on with my hair, I honestly have no idea. I've been trying to curl it a little bit, but I've been using this hair straightener from the 80s or 90s that used to belong to my mom because I am not very good with a curling wand, and I really don't know what I'm doing. My hair is kind of a mess right now, but we're just going with it because I'm gonna be late if I spend too much time on this. Not looking forward to going outside in this weather. So I'm back home now, done TAing that course for the day. The class was super easy going. They were just watching a film, and I didn't really have much to do as the teaching assistant today. I'm TAing for a course called The Heritage of Islam. It's a 200 level course, and I definitely feel really out of my depth in this course because Islam is not really a religion that I'm all that familiar with. And I should know more about it, but I really don't, especially the history of the religion. So this course is a learning experience for me as well. I kind of ended up with this course because I had asked for a TA assignment that didn't have tutorials. I didn't want to be leading teaching tutorials just because I have been dealing with migraine issues. And while my migraines are no longer chronic like they once were, they're still very unpredictable. And if I get a really bad migraine, I figured I would be completely useless just leading a tutorial with a migraine. So I asked for an assignment that only had grading, and this is what I got. And the prof is super lovely. She is so nice, and I think it's going to be a good experience, but definitely not something that I'm super knowledgeable about. So I have a lot to do today. I really need to get myself organized and on top of things. It's only the second week of classes in the winter semester, and I already feel like I'm just scrambling to stay on top of things, and I feel like I'm behind already and just kind of exhausted already, which is ridiculous, especially considering I took last semester off because of medical leave and I wasn't really doing too much in the way of working on my dissertation or anything really. I had fully intended on using December and the beginning of January to get myself organized and ready for this semester. And then I got COVID and life happened, and I just didn't really get around to actually doing any of that. So there's a lot that I need to do to get ready for this semester that has already started. I meant to use yesterday, Monday, to really get myself in order and do some cleaning and put my ducks in a row, and then I ended up with a really horrible migraine that just knocked me out for the whole day. So I did not actually do any of that yesterday. So I really need to just focus and get organized today. Right, Loki? Do you think we should get ourselves organized? Or do you think that we should have lunch first? I agree, lunch first. How is it that it's 5 o'clock already? The day today has just gotten away from me. I have been working away on my to-do list, just checking a few things off. For the most part, that's just been sending emails, replying to emails, honestly. A lot of that to do, and still more of that to do. So that's been most of my afternoon. It's been kind of productive afternoon, I guess, although it doesn't really feel like it. I think that because the course that I TA for, it ends in the afternoon, it just like it leaves me with so little of the day after, it feels like, because it does get so dark here so early. One thing that I'm really trying to focus on this semester, and something that I've been trying to focus on pretty much every semester since I've been a student, is my time management skills and improving my time management skills, because they suck. And I'm really tired of doing major projects and working on deadlines and things in like this last minute rushed panic. And I really want to change that this semester. So I am dedicating myself to finding different ways of managing my time, and finding some strategies that really work for me as somebody who has ADHD and struggles with that. I feel like I start every semester with the best of intentions when it comes to improving my time management skills and everything, and it always falls apart a few weeks in. But I'm really gonna try it this time. Really gonna try. So in addition to using my physical planner, I'm also going to be trying to use Notion more this semester to stay on top of things and to manage my time. So I thought I'd just show you what I have right now for my Notion setup. This is my like main page, my dashboard. So I have like all my daily links and stuff there. I have some important dates here, January goals, priorities. And then down at the bottom, I have my master to-do list for the winter semester. So I have all of these specific items here, and then I have them tagged as whether they are like a personal task for my PhD, for home, for my TAing, for research assistant job work stuff that I'm doing. And if I go into one, I have like the various steps that I need to do to carry out this task. And then also, if I go back up here, I also have my weekly to do. So this is where I have smaller tasks that are specific to the week. So I again have the tags, whether they are for my PhD, personal, RA, whatever. And then I have urgency as well as importance. So is it, a really urgent, highly urgent task that I need to be doing, and how important is it? And that will help me decide the order in which I need to do things, because I feel like I often really struggle with being overwhelmed by everything that I have to do and not knowing what I should be doing first, or like what I should be working on in any given moment. So I'm hoping that this, way of organizing things in terms of urgency and importance will help me figure out what tasks I should be working on. I think that I'll probably do like a more in-depth video at some point of how I use Notion as a grad student with ADHD, and do like a more comprehensive tour of my Notion, but that's just like a little glimpse of how I'm using it this semester. And hopefully I'll actually stick with using it for longer than like a couple weeks, because I tend to do that. I tend to make these big Notion spreads, or, set up these time management, productivity kind of systems for myself. And then I end up not really using them after a couple days. So trying to break that habit and stick with this. And now I am begrudgingly going to go back to sending more emails, and then probably tidy up the apartment a bit, because it is in a state and it really needs some cleaning. So I'm gonna do that today. And the migraine returns. Continues, I'm not exactly sure. I've been kind of feeling it hovering all day, and it really hit me. So I'm gonna try to sleep this off, because I have a pretty full day tomorrow, and hopefully it won't be there when I wake up in the morning. Hello. I just got back from my physiotherapy appointment that I had this morning, and unfortunately, this migraine is still hanging on, still just like lingering there, waiting to hit me again with a full-fledged attack. So I really hope that doesn't happen because I do have a pretty busy day today. I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. And then the main thing is that this evening I have a book launch event to go to at the university. And I'm pretty excited about that because it's for an edited volume that I actually have a chapter in. So the book is Feminist Posthumanism in Contemporary Science Fiction, Film, and Media, From Annihilation to High Life and Beyond. This is the book. The editors are awesome people who invited me to contribute to this collection, and I wrote a paper on video games and feminist posthumanism. So my chapter is Digital Game Ecologies, Posthuman Convergences in Abzu and Horizon Zero Dawn by Sarah Beth. That's me. It's pretty exciting to have my name, my work published in like an actual edited academic book. It came out a few months ago. I don't remember exactly when, but they're just doing the book launch for it now to celebrate the publication. And a lot of the authors are, around the world, so they can't really attend, but those of us who are nearby are going to be attending, and it'll be nice to see the editors, meet the other authors, and should be a good time. I am kind of nervous about it, to be honest, like really nervous about it actually. I tend to avoid going to academic events like this just because I feel like I often really embarrass myself when I try to talk to other academics, because as someone with ADHD, I have like terrible memory recall, or like active recall. I just really suck at remembering things when I'm talking to people, especially when I'm in situations that make me like a little bit socially anxious, like academic situations do, and where I feel like an imposter already. And then I, go and speak to people at these events, at conferences and things, and I feel like all of the knowledge that I have about a subject just falls out of me completely, and I just end up drawing a blank. This is a film studies event, and like I could be talking about a film that I saw a month ago, and I'll just completely draw a blank when I'm actually talking about it, and I will completely forget what even happens in the movie. Or, talking about a paper that I read like last week. If I don't have like points about that written down in front of me, I'm not going to remember them. Even my own work, which is extremely embarrassing. Like this paper that I wrote, like I spent so long working on this and writing and rewriting and revising to get it to like where it is, and it's a paper that I've been working on since like my master's, and it's been a long time coming. And yeah, I've done like a lot of work on it, and obviously I know it really well, but then when it comes to speaking about it, yeah, like it's a paper. I wrote that, and maybe I made some good points in it, but I don't remember what they are. I don't remember what my thesis was. Like I don't remember. So yeah, I feel like often when I go to these events, I just end up feeling like a complete idiot, and like I should not be allowed at this university or any university. So I'm actually going to spend some time just like reading through the various chapters in this book, including my own, so that I, hopefully will have that stuff kind of fresh in my memory. And hopefully I won't feel really stupid. First of all, though, I'm going to take a nice, long, relaxing, rejuvenating kind of shower, and then try to figure out what I'm going to do with this like mess of hair. All right, so I'm all showered, feeling nice and cozy, ready to get into some reading, although I've realized that I don't actually have that much time until I need to be leaving to go to the event because I don't want to be late. I got an email from one of the editors asking me if I would like say a few words and read a passage from my chapter at the book launch, and the thought of that is just giving me so much anxiety. Like I have no idea what I would say. I don't know what I would read from my chapter. Like I don't know like what's good and what isn't. I don't know. And I guess I should just read something that I like from it, but like I've never done anything like this before, and it is stressing me out, and I feel like I don't even want to go to the book launch at all. I just want to like hide here in bed and not come out from under the covers, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna face these fears, tackle this anxiety, and hopefully it's gonna be a good day. I really have no idea whatsoever what to wear to this, how formal this is gonna be, how sophisticated I'm expected to dress. I was gonna wear a skirt and a cute blouse, but now I can't find any of my tights, and it's like -20 out. So I'm not just gonna wear a skirt without any tights. So I'm gonna have to rethink what I'm actually gonna wear to this. We're going out to dinner afterwards. I was invited out to dinner by the editors, and we're going to like kind of like swanky place. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea what I should be wearing. So this is the outfit that I'm going with, just like a shirt and some slacks. And it's not very exciting and not necessarily what I would want to wear if I had a better wardrobe, but I don't. So we're just doing it. And I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna head out. Hello and good morning. I did not film any more last night because when I got home after the book lunch and dinner, I was just so tired. I basically just came home and collapsed into bed. So yeah, didn't film anymore, and I didn't film any of the book lunch because I was already feeling awkward enough as it was, and I didn't want to awkwardly attempt to film any of it. But it was a really good event. The turnout like wasn't huge. There was like about maybe 20 people there, but it was really good. The editors kind of gave a presentation about the book and what it was and how it was conceived, and the main driving ideas behind it and the conversations that led to its development, and gave readings of some of it. And I did do a reading of part of my chapter, which was extremely nerve-wracking, but I got through it. Didn't stumble too much on anything. And yeah, then there was like a Q&A kind of part after that, which went pretty well, although I did get a question that I just had no idea how to answer because, as per usual, I have a absolutely awful memory and just can't think back on things that I've read or watched beyond like yesterday. And then the dinner after was really lovely as well. One of the editors is actually doing her postdoc at Cambridge right now, so she was in town for this, and it was nice to see her. It was a lot of fun for sure, but it was also kind of exhausting for me as someone who is an introvert, as someone who has social anxiety, as someone who has ADHD, and also feels the need to constantly mask myself and my weirdness and my forgetfulness as well. And just like the fact that I feel like an imposter in these kind of academic contexts. So that process of masking and kind of keeping that wall up with myself constantly in these situations is exhausting. It's so tiring. Even though these are like absolutely lovely, incredible people, it just, I feel like I need to be constantly like policing myself and making sure that I'm being, reserved and not speaking out of turn and not saying anything stupid. And I just have to be constantly watching myself. And I feel like that also becomes like a physical kind of thing as well too. Like I really felt a lot of tension in my body last night. I was noticing because I was just kind of like holding myself in so tightly and making sure that I was behaving in like an appropriate non ADHD, non, I don't know, weird kind of way. But despite all that, overall it was a really fantastic evening, and I'm glad that I went, and I'm glad that I kind of put myself out there in that way that makes me uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Anyway, I need to get ready now to head out to the course that I am TAing for. I have a pretty long day on campus today because I have my office hours after that course as well. So I'll be waiting for students to come and speak to me if they want about their assignments due next week or whatever they want to come talk to me about. I don't know. And yeah, I'm gonna go get my bag packed and head out. I've been trying to create this like nice, cozy kind of office space for myself because when it's dark and dreary and snowy and depressing out like it is, I just really need this like nice, cozy space. And I think that helps me get into like a better mindset to actually be able to get work done. For the past couple hours, I've just been working on some dissertation stuff, mostly sending emails and reaching out to people for interviews, potential interlocutors, potential research participants. I'm doing ethnographic fieldwork for my dissertation research, which involves both participant observation and also interviews. I'm hoping to do around like 30 to 40 interviews with people in various eco-spiritual, nature-based kind of religious communities or atheistic religious communities as well. I'm kind of looking at that intersection of religion, non-religion, and environmentalism and nature spiritualities. So I already did some of this research over the summer, and now I'm just kind of getting back into it, putting more feelers out there, seeing what communities I might want to reach out to and specific people that I want to reach out to and ask about participating in my research, hopefully. Again, as like a kind of socially anxious introverted person, this is not necessarily like easy for me, and I find it kind of stressful um, putting myself out there and like reaching out to people in this way. But I just have to like suck it up and do it. And like if people say no, not to take that personally as I tend to do, and then spiral into existential crisis of shame and despair. Anyway, that's cheery. I think that I need to get back to work now. I am also overheating a little bit. I love this like big blanket sweater that my sister got me for Christmas, but it is quite warm. So I'm going to go change and then get back to work. I'm actually so red. Good morning. Happy Friday. Actually, I think it's the afternoon. It is the afternoon. I've just had like a really rough start to the day and a really slow start. So I feel like it's kind of still the morning for me, even though it's definitely not. I'm having one of those days where I just woke up feeling exhausted already, and I'm not 100% sure why, although I think it has to do with the migraines that I've been having this week, and then also just the fact that I've been spending a lot of like social and mental energy this week, and it's kind of caught up with me, I think. Something that I'm really trying to do this semester is to really be conscious of how much energy I'm spending in a given week, day, month, whatever, and what kind of energy I'm spending or what kind of spoons I'm using, to use that neurodivergent kind of language. Spoons are just energy, mental capacity, or any kind of capacity that we have to be able to do something. And yeah, I've just been trying to track that in order to see essentially just how I can better manage my energy, because honestly, the PhD burnout is real. ADHD burnout is so real. And I'm just trying to get through to the end of my degree without getting super burnt out again. So I'm hoping that by managing and like tracking my energy spending, I'm going to be able to do that a bit more. And to do that, I've actually been using a bullet journal. So I've started bullet journaling specifically for wellness. So for all of my like academic stuff and everything else, I use like a regular planner for that. But for like wellness, health, how I'm feeling, all that stuff, I find that a bullet journal has been pretty helpful for me in that sense. I started in November and I've actually been sticking with it since then. So hopefully this is a habit that's here to stay. So real quick, I'll just give you a little glimpse into how I've been using this bullet journal to track my wellness. This is just my little January spread that I have. I'm not very good at like decorating things yet or making like really elaborate spreads. So a lot of my stuff is either minimalistic or just kind of like thrown together. This is just like, some things that make me think of January. And then on the first page, I have my January overall wellness. So I'm using this monthly calendar to solely track how I'm feeling every day and various things that I've done in that day. So I'm tracking the various spoons that I use in a given day, whether I'm kind of using a lot of physical spoons, social, mental, or academic energy. And then I'm tracking things like if I had a migraine that day, and did I have a high stress day? Did I not have good sleep? Did I take a trip? Did I drink any alcohol or caffeine that day? And so I track this, and then I use this color code legend to just like overall track how I'm feeling throughout the day. And I have it broken into morning, evening, afternoon, and then evening. And I just use this color coding system and symbol system to see how I'm feeling and what might have caused me to feel either good or bad. And then this is just another way of tracking my overall wellness. On the next page, I like rate basically how I feel each day on a scale from 1 to 10. And then again, I'm tracking my migraines too. And I've started tracking my study and work hours in a given day as well. And often this means like sitting at the computer for hours, which I know is not good for me in any capacity. Yeah, I'm just trying to see like if the amount of work I'm doing in a day is correlating with how I'm feeling. Then I'm tracking my sleep as well. And habits, which I'll skip over quickly because I have not been keeping up with them very well. This is just my January goals. And then this is my weekly spread that I'm using. So it's very simple, and I'm just writing down every day what I've done in the day, how I'm feeling physically, how I'm feeling cognitively, how I'm feeling mentally. And then I'm also tracking every day what kind of energy or what kind of spoons I'm using in a given day. So if we look at this week so far, I feel like I've used generally a lot of like social energy and a lot of mental energy as well. So that may be a reason why I'm feeling so exhausted today. And so because I know that I used like so much social and mental energy this week already, and because I know that I'm going to be using more social energy tomorrow because I have various Zoom events that I'm going to attend, and then also my friend's birthday dinner get together thing that I'll be going to, I am making sure that today I'm using like the least amount of social energy possible. I do still have to like send some emails out, reply to some students, do that kind of stuff, but I am staying at home, not leaving my apartment, and I'm just going to be as like socially closed off as absolutely possible.